So part number 3, Nolad, something newly created. So just make sure that it's on. It's on. Okay, something is newly created, Nolad. Something that came into being on Shabbos or Yom Tov is classed as Nolad, newly created. Okay. There are 2 categories of Nolad. The first is known as Nolad Gamur, absolute Nolad, meaning that these things did not exist before in this world. Okay, this category include items that were not here at all before Shabbos or Yom Tov. So, of course, the most famous example in newly laid eggs or freshly produced milk. Yeah, it was in a chicken, but sorry, it was in a chicken, but it was hidden. But for us, it was not in this world. It was in a chicken, but it's a different story. This milk was in a cow, yeah, but it was in a cow, but it was not in this world. Have one of our dear students who is a farmer. Very interesting. Right. So right. Very interesting. So actually, I learned a lot from her, like from practical point, right? So I mean, most of the people are not farmers. Very interesting. But she has a farm, many animals. That's Halaf Israel. Very interesting. Actually, and another student of ours she's living in a town where there is not a lot of kosher food. For sure, not Halaf Israel. I mean, of course, like if you order something. So she's making Halaf Israel herself. Very busy person, right? So she would go to. She said, "I cannot do this and that. Whatever." She's helping us with something. So because I'm going to supervise the milking, and she would supervise the milking and bring all of the milk. I mean, of course, I mean, I hope she has helpers. She's not a young lady, but she has all the helpers. And then she would do cooking, right? She would do like all of this like daily cooking. Very interesting. Okay, so very interesting. Okay, continue. It's actually this student that I'm going to tell him. We had a clip, like full story about Rav Shmuel Wozner Zatzal, about his mother that was offered like a career in opera, Vienna opera, but this great rabbi said that don't do it, and you're going to bless with a son who is going to be luminary in the world of the Torah, and she agreed and she sacrificed and did not become. I mean, she came from a frum family, but of course people go off the derech. So why did I tell this story? Like, why did I tell this story? Because of Hedora. So Hedora was one of those before they did teshuva. So she was very brilliant. She won many competition, different country, many competitions. And since she was a little girl, and then they did teshuva, and they figure that it's not modest for whatever he or she was doing. And she's brilliant. I gave her scholarships on the top universities of that country. Understand? And she said, "No, I'm going to be a Jewish mother." And she quit everything, and everybody were very. They did not understand what's going on, and even they want to take the mother to court, like the secular court, because they thought that mother abused her, and it's resources of the country. What are you doing to Dora and this and that? So, but they won the battle, and Dora had to she got married to a kosher person. They moved to Israel. Very interesting. So after I read this story, whatever she said, was very moved, and I said, this story is actually what happened many years ago, right? And that's how this story came about. Shmuel wasn't so. Okay, so continue. The second category, which is known ordinary Nolad, includes the article that were in existence before Shabbos and Yom Tov, but change and assume new form on Shabbos and Yom Tov. So first category of Nolad is never was in this world, right? Like as we understand this chicken egg, right? And what is it? And milk. Okay, but second category existed before before on Shabbos and Yom Tov, but now change new form. So and the most popular example. So you had gravy, right, from whatever you said, and it's congealed, right? And if you're going to pour this warm water, it's going to become liquid. So it changes. If it changes the state from liquid to solids, like on itself, there is no problem. But when you do something to help it, that could be a problem. That's our subject. Articles that are considered absolute Nolad are Muktzeh on both Shabbos and Yom Tov. Articles that are considered ordinary Nolad, not Muktzeh on Shabbos, but a Muktzeh on Yom Tov. And the reason Yom Tov is treated more stringently than Shabbos is, in this respect, is as follows. The sages were concerned that since many melachas are permitted on Yom Tov, people might treat Yom Tov laxly, right, and become unscrupulous in observing these restrictions. They therefore imposed this stringency to highlight the sanctity of Yom Tov and strengthen its observance. When Yom Tov falls on Shabbos, the halachas of Shabbos prevails, and ordinary Nolad is considered Muktzeh. So next section, is ordinary Nolad. And so before we continue, so let's see what we can get from this. Okay, so let's read one more time, and we're going to expand before we go into examples, and we will see. So the most popular example is what I say, when food changes from one stage to another. Okay, so again, article that considered absolute Nolad, Muktzeh on both on Shabbos and Yom Tov. We're talking about milk and chicken eggs or other things. And I think we discussed snow. Did we discuss snow? I think we discussed snow. So with the snow, it's not so simple. So the background of the snow, what is it? So for example, snow fell off on Shabbos, right? Are you allowed to move the snow? If it's this category, in the first category, there is absolute Muktzeh. It's never existed in this world. You're not allowed to move it, right? But second school of thought is saying no, it was there. It was in the clouds, right? It was there, right? And they would allow, right? So since one pasek, I think it was Moshe Feinstein, and on one side that's all, in Rav Auerbach on another side that's all. The greatest of the great, one says this and one says that. So only in a case of great need, when it could be a danger for you, for passers-by, if you are responsible for a sidewalk, for example, yeah, you would be allowed, otherwise it would be slippery there, so you would be allowed to shovel the snow, but the minimum of the minimum. So for example, if we have a snow, so I would shovel like half of the stairs, right? Because half of the stairs is enough for people to go to walk. Right, you need like the full width of the stairs. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Right, and in some sense, so our sages I try to make people realize that Yom Tov is a very, very serious holiday, right? I mean, a very serious day, and even though I think if I remember correctly, on Yom Tov you don't get a death penalty from the Beis Din, right? From Shemai maybe, right? But not from the Beis Din. Malchus, yes, right? The lashes, but not the death penalty like on Shabbos. So some people treat it more leniently, right? Which is absolutely not, right? It's not absolutely not true. Okay, so our sages, they added I think 2 or 3 stringencies. So one of them we learned, just to remind us, one of them was about animals, right? So you're not allowed to feed the animals. So on Shabbos, on Shabbos, you're allowed to put the food because you're responsible to feed the animals, like in front of the animal. But on Yom Tov, you're not to do that. You're not allowed to do that. You just put the food and let animal come. Of course, if it's if you have a farm and your horse or I don't know, your cow is in a stable, where it's going to go? So of course you put the food there, maybe a little to the side, not in front of the horse. Let's say horse is here, you put 2 feet away, so let it come and eat, right? So just to remind us that today is Yom Tov. So this student of ours from the farm, so she has this non-Jewish neighbor that is helping her. Okay, so she's getting the milk, this neighbor, this and that. I mean, and she's doing some like feeding. Of course, this one student is supervises. Okay, but I said like a few times, like. Why do you have to supervise? If she knows what the food for the animal is. Let her feed them. She would milk the cow because she's going to get the milk. Why do you have to supervise? And she said, you don't understand. These people are going to steal. Okay, even though that's how terrible the situation there, right? People are going to steal. Okay, so continue. Okay.